So we're gonna try and finish all those swaths of oats today, do a couple things, and then call it. And I hope we can get home early. Let's see what happens. These are a forage oat, so people grow them for baling and silage and all the rest. So they don't yield quite as well as the other oats we were doing here, but we're making another bag. I really don't like the shotgun approach either. I love being able to look over the machines in the morning, grease them, do all the stuff, make sure it's gonna work good, but sometimes you just gotta cross your fingers and go because of what the weather says it's gonna do. So Dad's fueled up, he's gonna head out and get started right away, and I'm just waiting for a slip tank to be pumped into me, and we're ready to rock. I am by no means the grain bag expert, but here's a little bit of how you fill them. So that bagger over there, it has a brake on it, and you set the brake to slow down how fast it pushes the tractor, and then you measure this stretch bar to get the right amount of stretch so that you know you're filling it full enough, and then you kind of adjust the brake, and then once you get that thing dialed in, it just goes. And I mean, this is a 5 foot tall bag. It's a 9 foot wide bagger. We bought 6 bags, and once all bags are full, that's gonna be 90,000 bushels of wheat. Or nope, 90,000 bushels of oats. I guess I lied to you guys. We're doing one thing this morning. Top of the list. We're adding an antenna. Because apparently, it's hard to hear what I'm saying. So, that should help. So someone was asking, we are running farm tracks, and we've been running them for a while. We started with the base system, which is that sticky pad at the front. Then we went to the plus system, which is those antennas. We broke one, so now there's 2 up there. And now we're on the pro system, which has an actual globe. So Trimble, farm tracks, those other 2 are just old. Haven't taken them off yet. We are going. Until we get to beans, this may quite possibly be our earliest start for the year. Until we get to beans. It is 9:31 in the morning. So this is a quarter section, and up to that house there is the end of the field. I don't know, maybe we got 3-4 hours in here because we got some hydro poles we got to go around, but hopefully we get her done quick. We have just been clipping along, making decent progress, but a shear bolt broke on the grain bagger over there, so I'm full and waiting for the grain cart. I guess I could do something productive and go up in the back of the machine, take a look at something I want to look at. We'll see what happens. This is interesting. So a couple of years ago we had an issue on this machine where it would stop, it just wouldn't drive forward or backwards. And we figured out what it was on the hydrostat with the help of a dealer. And now yesterday I noticed, hey, like this thing, it's going forwards fine. Reverse is really not doing much at all. And if you hold it in reverse, eventually it starts going, and I'm like, holy smokes, are we losing a hydrostat or what is going on? So I came up here, took a look, and we found something, and best case scenario, like this is good. So here's our hydrostat pump right here. This is your off solenoid, so if this isn't working, you won't go anywhere. Forward solenoid is at the front, and reverse solenoid is at the back, and I have lost my nut. So reverse isn't working because the solenoid is backing off. So that's good news. We'll get a nut ordered and get that back up and going properly. And we've got some leaks here that we need to look out eventually. So here is my opinion on older equipment, and I think I have a fairly good opinion on it because that's all we run. So we used to run 3 TR96s, and then we got a TR99, and then we got a second TR99. So we always ran 3 TRs. And they were old, and they did nothing but break down in the field. So then we upgraded to 595s. I got one, me and my brother, and then my dad was impressed. He bought his the next year. But now, like, this machine is going to do 3,500 acres around there this year. So they do a lot. We put a lot of hours on them. And this is probably at 2,900 separating hours now. So it's getting up there. So I'm telling you guys, like, I put a ton of work into these machines. I do a lot pre-season. I'm doing everything I can to make sure they perform fantastic. But no matter what, with a machine this age, you're gonna get in the field and hopefully you've addressed all the big things like bearings going out, shafts spun, like all that stuff. But you're still gonna find, you know, leaks are popping up and things are falling off. And a lot of these things happen. And when I say things are falling off, like that solenoid nut, that's not something I'm necessarily checking pre-season. It's not something I would have thought of. But a lot of these things, nothing goes wrong until you use it. If you're not using it, it ain't breaking. And if you're using it, it's gonna be breaking. So, we're figuring it out. I'm always trying to keep a handle on it. I notice a problem, and then I'm gonna try and figure out what the issue is that day or the morning after, and then we'll order parts and stay on top of it. But with older equipment, always gonna have stuff going wrong. Anyways, he's full, I'm full. They got the grain bag running, so hopefully soon we'll be making acres. Here is an example of what my reverse is doing. So we'll throw it in reverse. I got nothing. It'll come eventually, maybe. Nope. We gonna get anything? That's interesting. Alright, well, at least I know what the issue is. It's definitely a little bit different unloading with the pickup header than the flex head, because the big header, I mean, it kind of gives you a reference point for where to stay, but with this, you got so much space, you kind of end up wandering all over the place. We are making good progress, which is good because they say that the rain is going to start in 3 hours. So we really got to get these swaths picked up. And we don't have anything else swaths. So if we can get this done today, we'll be in good shape. We're getting close, but there's some raindrops on the window. Thankfully, it's in swaths. So it can handle a little bit more than like if it was standing grain, but it's gonna be close. Hopefully it doesn't just start pouring, because I really want to get this done. Once we finish off this area, then we have just on that side of those poles, and then we'll be done. This is feeding it in the right way, nice and smooth, picks it up well. And this is feeding it in the wrong way. It's a big difference. Doesn't feed well at all, but it's just a tiny little swath. And turns out they're putting in a cell phone tower there, which sucks, because I bet we're gonna have guide wires. Then we're gonna have to go around that too. We are getting close, and oh man, it was on the edge. It was spitting for like an hour, like slowly, but the fact that it wasn't stopping was making me nervous. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 passes here, then we're onto the hydro lines, and we're having an issue with the grain cart though, because now he's running a mile, and no, it's impossible for him to keep up, but we'll keep trucking along. It's 1 o'clock right now. We're making good time. I'm glad we started so early, because the rain's definitely coming. think we're gonna get it done. Even if it started raining at this point, we've got 5 swaths left. I'd be finding road gear and we'd be cranking it out because I do not want to have that left. But hey, this is awesome. We'll get this finished up, get stuff switched around and ready for tomorrow. I'm happy to announce we got it finished. That last little section we did, we're gonna take a moisture on before we throw it in the bag. But now we are done all of my dad's oats, which is awesome. That's a huge thing off the list. Oats always takes longer than wheat. So now we just have our oats, which I think we have, well, yeah, we got a decent amount of oats, but we got a good chunk done, which I'm very happy about. We are gonna head out now to the North Piece and drop our pickup headers. We will leave them off though because I want to adjust our feeder house chains and kind of go over the machines. And we'll do a couple other things yet before we call it a day. We are dropping the headers on the combines now. And I have no option but to be able to back up. So I'll have to go up there, mess with that solenoid until I can get it to work, and then we'll back up and get these things parked so that we can work on them tomorrow and later today. I don't think this thing is gonna be breathing too well right now. Holy smokes. Ah! Dusty. All right, where's our solenoid? Get that pushed in there. Hopefully I can back up now. It works. I need to get a nut for that. I'm glad that's the issue though. I was expecting a lot worse. Andrew is just blowing off the machines. I got the shields off and we're gonna start doing things. First we're gonna adjust both our feeder house chains. They're a little bit on the loose side. I got the feeder chains tightened up, shields all off and opened up. Andrew blew them down good. So at least getting the feeder chains done makes my day a little bit easier tomorrow because there's enough things to address. Depending what the weather does, we may not be harvesting tomorrow. If we get a mill or two of rain, that might be enough to shut us down because wheat takes a long time to dry out. We will see. I wouldn't necessarily be disappointed though if it does shut us down because I got a long list of stuff to do on here. It's a lot of little stuff. Like I said, it's not shutting us down if we need to go, but I want to get these things in better shape. I like taking care of my equipment, and that's kind of what I enjoy because I love running them, but it makes me so mad when they break down in the field. Like if I just want to be able to finish the day, fix it in the morning, repeat. That's fine. I used to have the expectation that they wouldn't break down at all, but that is completely ridiculous no matter how much I do to them off season. But as long as we can get through the day, I'll be happy. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. I'm not sure there will be one tomorrow, but hey, you never know.